Hey everybody, this is Meep here. I've got some fancy new, I mentioned I have a new computer, but I also got myself some fancy new software. I got Camtasia. I'm not sure if this is working properly, so this is me trying something out, so should be interesting. So I decided today to go through where you can find me, or just a short history of Meep Online. I've been online for a very long time. I go back to the days of dial-up and Prodigy in the 80s. Obviously, I was a kid then. The web came out when I was in college, and the thing was to do, and you can see this here, I had my own web page. My friend Brad designed this for me, and I've basically had this since the mid 1990s. I own the website marypat.org that Stuart, or I should say Stuart owns it. He bought it for me for Christmas one year. I think it was in 99 actually. So I took everything over to there. You can see that's a picture of me when I was 20, and when you click on that and it says I don't look much different now, well, that's when I was 30. I'm not 30 anymore either. So some of these no longer work. I do have to go through here. This is not, it's not been updated since like 2002. Well, that's my old site. Then in April 2000, I moved to LiveJournal, meep.livejournal.com. You can find me there, and I actually still post there. It's not many people post there anymore that I used to read, but a few do. And you can see that I predated, and I can't remember. It says I've been on LiveJournal over 12 years now, so this was obviously around 2012 when I built this, and I put it in 2025 as it being far enough in the future so it would be at the top of my page. So before I really got into writing about pensions, I used to write about educational issues quite a bit. Females in math and science. Let me open that up. Yeah, you can see there's quite a few things, and I put some of the dates. This is not in any particular order. And then I have a whole bunch of them categorized, some of which has women in math and science or STEM categories. It was something of a sore point for me. I'm just kind of looking at the dates. Just an FYI, I did start getting on LiveJournal in 2000. I left grad school, that was math, in 2002. So you can see I kind of kept up with it. I entered the actuarial world in 2003 and have not really looked back since. So that's LiveJournal. Let's see. Next was Twitter. Actually, I think I got on Facebook next, but I'm not going to show Facebook because there's people on there that, they're private, and so I don't want to show, their posts of what my page looks like. So let me show you what Twitter looks like, and I'm not going to scroll too much because, again, there are people who have private Twitter feeds, so I stuck on something that was public. Most of my Twitter feed, so I'm Meep, Bo Beep, that comes from the name game. And of course, Meep, my nickname I got in high school, is based on my name, Mary Pat. So I'm Meep Bo Beep on Twitter. I couldn't get Meep like I could on LiveJournal. LiveJournal, I was one of the first entrants, not so with Twitter. So I couldn't grab Meep. So anyway, I have Meep Bo Beep. Most of my Twitter is stuff like this. It's public finance, it's pensions. What a surprise. I joined Twitter, I think, in 2009. But that means I skipped something. And go to public pensions. Actuarial Outpost. I joined Actuarial Outpost back in November 2003. You can see that right there. Let me make it bigger, because I don't know how well this is going to render on YouTube. I've been doing a public pensions watch since 2008, fall of 2008, September 2008, there we go. I have a link to all of these. I'll go to the top of the Actuarial Outpost so you can see what it looks like. It's not only actuaries there. Other people can join you. You don't have to get an account to read anything. But you'll notice I have a lot of what are called watch threads, and it's mainly me grabbing news. So I am Campbell on the Outpost, one of the few people who post under their real name there. I have a lot of pension-related threads, but my main thread, of course, is the public pension thread. I started once it got over like 1,000 posts in 1 year, someone asked me to start a new thread, and so I do that every year now. I used to get cutesy with the naming, but not so much anymore. So you can find me at the Outpost quite a bit. I actually have far more public pensions stories that I post here in the Outpost than I ever put on the blog. And part of the reason is there might not be a theme. Often I'm using this as external memory. At some of my blog posts, I will come back years later and search my threads saying, you know, I think this happened before. And so I will go into these and find what I'm looking for. I try to stick to news, but I also put a lot of commentary in there. Most of the time I'm not commenting on the Outpost itself. I'll do that on my blog, which you know, stump.marypat.org. And for some people who didn't know, Stump is for Stu and MP. Okay, that's where we got the name for it. And you can see here's my front page for Stump that got started in 2014. We're looking to use something other than, I'm using something called text pattern, but it's not been maintained, this software. I don't really want to do WordPress, but we'll see. You know, we own the site. We can do whatever the heck we want with it. And then I guess LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn I've been on for quite some time. I probably should click that. Okay. So you can see my profile here, if it's going to load. Yeah, I do post a few things on LinkedIn. You know, this is where I do my adulting, in the words of the kids today. But you know, this does not necessarily have all my stuff here. I actually stopped. I added my Duolingo stuff for French just because. I just thought it was funny I could add that. So some of these, it was funny to me that I could officially add the credential on the LinkedIn profile. I don't actually do anything with it. Duolingo is one of my hobbies. I'm doing Dutch right now. I will have to go back to French because I heard that they did a refresh of the French, and there's a whole bunch of levels I actually would have to do test out of or whatever. But I want to finish up. French. Finish up Dutch first. So, you know, I'm online all over the place. You know, I'm on YouTube. Put this stuff on Meep's Math Matter. So really, this one, yeah, it's going to tell you where I am, but this is more so I can try out my fancy new software. I want to see if I can do the things I think it will do. Not sure. So this should be interesting. I need to do some of the tutorials to see if I can actually do this, because I had an older, I'm using Camtasia. I had an older version of it that I did for actuarial exam seminar videos a long time ago, doing screen videos, and I'm going to try to start doing those again. I did that with the Meep Math Matter. So when I was doing that, so that, if you notice the old math videos, those are from a decade ago. Okay, so I might get back into doing some of those explainer type things, but since there are so many people out there doing explainers for the fun math, I'm probably going to focus on some unfun math, more specifically public finance. A lot of people, you know, this is something that, again, it's my hobby for right now. So I'm thinking of doing a series with regards to financial math and some simple concepts. Yeah, I know there's some videos out there for that too, but mine will be better. Well, they'll be different. They'll be mine. So anyway, bye, and we'll see if this works. That's up.